is Hope Joseph. The program You and the Law is a program designed to educate you on how to go about if your right is being infringed upon, certain things you need to know about your rights and the right steps to take in doing business, in making certain decisions. Well, when we talk of law, a lot of people always feel or think it's just about going to court, doing this, arresting someone, but there are things that you need to know when it has to do with law, especially when it has to do with business, land issues as well. Of course, today we'll be looking at that, land issues, um, as a topic, in the sense that certain things you need to know about buying a land and the right step to take. Okay, so on today's edition of the program, we shall be looking at something quite interesting: how um, to own a land anywhere in Nigeria uh, without losing a sleep, right? Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
how
so
to own
the
land
land
in
in Nigeria
Nigeria
without
without
losing a
losing
sleep.
sleep.
Sleep. Okay, sleep. All right. So, of course, my guest is a legal luminary, a woman that I respect so much, doing a great job out there in terms of educating people on their rights, the right steps to take, and what to do, especially when the right is being infringed upon. She is a barrister and solicitor of Supreme Court of Nigeria. It's a privilege to have with me Mrs. Victoria Echobu. It's nice to have you on the program.
Thank you.
All right, the topic: how to own land in anywhere in Nigeria without losing sleep. We all understand there are so many issues, that always, come up when one wants to buy land. Sometimes somebody's heart is always green of grip, like, oh, if I have to buy this land, what are the things? I hope something will not happen. So,
Exactly.
so today we'll be looking at that. So, why should let me start like this? What should someone look at before buying a land in Nigeria? I want to say in Nigeria, I want specifically in Nigeria.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. If you're buying land in Nigeria, what are the things that you should consider? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So, the first thing to do, most people, when they want to buy land, the first thing they consider is to start negotiating the price. Oh, it's 3 million. No, this land is cheaper, but if I can get it 1.5, that's not the first thing to do.
Mm.
The first thing to do is to verify the genuineness of that land. And there are,
Genuineness.
yes, the genuineness of that land. And there are three factors to consider in doing that.
Okay.
The first thing is title.
Okay.
What do you become after you pay money? That's title. What title do you get? Number two, the next thing to consider is the covering documents. Are there documents? We call them documents of title. What will you be given to prove what you become after you buy the land? And then the third thing is the title holder.
Okay.
Who is selling that land to you? Is the person the holder of title? If in some cases some people have powers of attorney and they use that to sell land, does that person have a power of attorney or does he have a deed of assignment?
Okay.
Because they are two different documents.
Okay.
A power of attorney, for clarity, is not a document that transfers title. In the law, it's called, is not an instrument of transfer of title. A power of I see so many people making that mistake when they are getting into agreements. Just give somebody a power of attorney and agreement. There are different applications in different parts of Nigeria, but if you are buying land between Abuja, Nasarawa, Niger, and some of those places, you must be sure that what you have, what you get, is title.
Okay.
What you get, also what you collect as documents, are the proper covering documents in respect of that land. And then the third thing, the person who is collecting money from you is the title holder, or the person who signs documents for you is the person who holds title. Now, who is this person who holds title? The person who holds title in the case of land covered by C of O, that's name is written on the C of O is the title holder. If it is land, local land, some of those land in Nasarawa State that don't have C of O. Now, if it is that kind of land, then the person whose name is on the document that is signed, that they tell you this is the land document, whether it is an agreement or a deed, the person whose name is on that deed as the person who bought originally or the person who was sold to, the person whose name is there, is that the person selling to you?
Okay.
That is the title holder. If it is in places like Lugbe, Kubwa, some of those places that still have offer or R of O, that's right of occupancy, which is different from C of O. If it is that, the person whose name, and that person can be a company, it can be a person.
Okay.
Before you go into negotiating the price, you must conduct a legal search. A legal search. Legal search is not only in the land registry, especially if you are buying local land.
Okay.
I'm referring to all those satellite areas. In Abuja, all land is ought to be covered by either a C of O or an R of O in some areas, like those Lugbe side. Now, all land must have either a C of O or an R of O. And sometimes you have a document that is written on it, offer or statutory right of occupancy. That, in some sense, is that R of O, all right? That person that you are paying to, is it that person? And even if it's not that person, for instance, that person is out of the country or died, the person who is talking to you, is there a document to prove the relationship or how that land came into that person's hand, the relationship between that
the original owner,
what we call original allottee, and that person talking to you? If there is none, then you need to be careful.
Because of so many people are listening to us there.
Yes.
So sometimes you need to break it down. So original allottee.
Okay.
Means who is an original allottee?
An original allottee is a term used in respect of title documents, that's C of O or R of O or offer. So the original allottee is the person whose name
where he named there for
that document.
Okay.
That's original allottee. But in local land, it's not like that. There's no original allottee. It's the person that they sold to. The person, is it that person that you are talking to?
Now, let's look at this now. Okay, you've made mention of title, documentation of title, and title holder.
Yes.
And the major things someone needs to consider because of time. So, I want us to look into this. How do you even know a land is genuine?
To know a land is genuine.
Seeing a land, I know this is genuine. It's not owned by government, because some people buy a land after a few months. They say, it's government that owns the land, though. Or somebody say, why did you even pay? You should have done your verification. So how do you even know that a land is genuine?
You know that there's no fake land, ba. There are only fake titles and fake title holders.
Okay, there is no fake land.
Fake
there
sellers.
Is only fake sellers.
Fake sellers and fake
Does it also
titles
include fake agents? Because
fake agents too. Because
there are agents that are fake. Even when they know the land is not genuine, they still want to market it.
Some don't even know.
Oh, some don't even know.
They just see, they see opportunity. Someone is looking for land. They just go ahead. They just talk to 2 or 3 people ahead. Yeah. Okay, it's ready. Bring money. And then after you pay money, you don't see the person. You don't see him.
Especially when you have 10 agents involved.
You spoke with only one person. When it's time to pay money,
you see 10 people.
You see.
10 agents.
You see, sorry, wait, hold on. The main person is coming. Another main person comes. Another main person, the main guy. Then after that one, you now hear direct to the owner.
Okay,
so see, to determine the genuineness of land for our own context, like I've said, there's nothing like fake land. There's only fake agent, like you have said, and fake seller.
Okay.
To determine the genuineness, you have to do your search. If you are buying land anywhere in the FCT, please do a search first. It's called a legal search. Get a lawyer to go and apply for a search for you at Aegis. they will ask for the original documents because that's what they will use.
Okay.
Take that lawyer will take the documents to Aegis. If it is a company that is behind it, the lawyer will also do a company search to know the people behind the company, to be sure that the people you are talking to are actually the people behind the company. Because somebody having ID card or even letter of appointment does not mean that that person is the person you should be talking to in a company. The people behind the company are the directors and the shareholders. And when you have when you conduct a legal search at Aegis, you will find the people behind it. And then they also verify if that document that they are carrying as C of O is the original thing. So you will do that. Then if it is local land that does not have C of O, it doesn't have R of O, you only see agreement. That one, go to the locality. Also get a lawyer to go to the local place.
What do you mean by local place?
To the local community where that
the
land.
chief,
Yes.
the chief, okay, and the family.
They will go and relate even with the neighbors to know the person behind them. I say, this man don't die. Oh, this boy won't sell him papa property, and in brothers there, you hear things like that.
Side stories.
Yes,
like that.
side stories. But you, as a buyer, don't have to disturb yourself about that because it can be cumbersome and sometimes some people can be tricky. But once you have a lawyer involved, a lawyer knows to go to the head of the community. And when they tell the head of the community that a lawyer is here or they want to buy land, lawyer has come, the head of the community will give that lawyer that respect and go through the process for you. Usually they will send somebody from the chief's palace to where the land is. And then that person will do the investigation for you. By the time they are done, then you can now say, okay, so you were saying the land is how much? Can't we make it like this? Okay. Or yeah, take your money.
So money shouldn't be the first thing to.
It shouldn't be because if you enter into land